Hey guys, so I'm just making this video to inform you guys about the new thread that just came out about M7. So basically, I'm just going to quickly go over the thread and everything that's changing, and this is just so cool and I'm so excited, but I'll try to keep it contained and give you as much good information as possible. So first off, the thread came out 9 minutes ago, and as of recording this video, it is 2 p.m. Eastern time. So let's just get right into the thread. Hello. Over a year and a half ago, we released the Catacombs, and today we are releasing the last major update of this dungeon. We won't reveal too much about the details of this update, but we can explain our mindset. As some of you know, shortly before releasing Floor 7, we had to take the difficult decision to stop producing Catacombs floors and revamping the Maxer boss fight to Necrons. The result was the removal of the 3 planned bosses and an awkward voice line in the Necrons boss fight. Working on Floor 7 was a great experience, and ever since release, we have had the strong urge to not only fix the boss fight, but also add the 3 missing boxes back. So basically, if you guys don't already know, they were planning on going up till Floor 10, but then they ended up deciding to just make it Floor 7 with only Necron. So there were actually going to be 3 separate bosses with Maxer, Storm, and Golder, but now they're actually bringing that back. Also, it's kind of interesting because they said that this is the last major update of this dungeon, meaning the Catacombs. So this means that potentially they're probably going to be starting to work on a new dungeon type, which is actually super cool. Anyway, let's look into the update features. So first, there are multiple changes to Floor 7, which is opening soon. Then there's also the addition of course M7, which is opening later tonight. Now, I will actually be streaming M7 later tonight, which is pretty cool, so make sure to come check that out. But also, I'm assuming that just by the way that this is written, Floor 7 will open before M7 will tonight. So back to the changes. Master Mode 6 regular monsters are now dealing less damage. That's kind of cool. Due to Floor 7 being slower to complete, the EXP and loot are buffed accordingly. This is really cool. I'm actually guessing that Necron's handles are going to become cheaper as they're going to become more common. And also, the XP is going to be buffed, which is really good too. In the higher or lower secret room, Archer's double shot perk is now disabled. Okay, not too big of a deal. The EXP gain from floor 1 to 3 is now increased 20%. That's a little bit helpful. Bats now have permanent fire resistance. That's really good because lots of bats would just go in lava and kill themselves and you wouldn't be able to get the secret for it. Infinity Boom cannot be sold to NPCs anymore. No more misclicks. This is also really good because I've always been a little bit panicked that I'm not actually selling Super Boom TNT, but I'm selling my Infinity Boom and I'm about to lose 50 mil. So good change there. Added indication that calculates the total run score so far. This is super cool. Mods used to do this, but now those mods aren't even needed anymore, and anyone with mods can also see the total score. Players can now choose who they want to teleport to with the Ghost Haunt ability. This is also really useful because sometimes when I'm a spectator and I'm dead and I see someone near Fairy Room, I want to teleport to them, but then I start teleporting to all sorts of random players. The homing Wither Skulls from Withermancers, Wither Miners, Wither Guards, and those types of mobs will now despawn if they haven't hit the player in 5 seconds. So this is actually probably one of my favorite changes here. I don't know if you guys know that terrible room Super Tall, but basically the reason everyone hates it is because there are a ton of Withermancers that shoot at you, and at the end of completing the room after running around it, all of the Wither Skulls hit you and you just die in a second. But now this makes it so that those Wither Skulls disappear after 5 seconds. And finally, Spring Boots effects will now be properly removed when dead and after being revived. I don't really know much about Spring Boots, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. Now, they've also added custom rare dies. So here's a little bit of an example as to what they're going to look like. They wrote, "We also added multiple custom dies to the game. At the moment, the custom dies are dropped from various places in the game and are exceedingly rare drops. We will monitor how many of them have been dropped in the game and may buff their rates over time." So if you guys don't already know about this, I just released a video on this where basically I showed all of the dies that are being added to the game. You guys should go check that out for some more context. Anyway, they wrote, "As you can see from the screenshot above, when applied to an item, said item will have a new icon next to their name and the color of the die will be displayed at the bottom to make sure there is no confusion with regular items or exotic items." So exotic collectors won't exactly be terribly affected, but at the same time, I feel like lots of people will still buy less exotics. There's always those people in the exotic community buying them because they're rare, and then those people that just like the look of them. The people that like the look of them won't really care anymore, and personally, I won't either care about exotics. However, exotics values won't fully decrease because they'll still have an indication of being exotic. The pure white and black dies are not currently available. Those 2 dies will probably become very expensive bits items simply because we don't want those 2 dies to overshadow all the other ones, and also because some players have way too many bits. This is still up for debate. So again, this is really cool. They might actually add these dies to the bit shop. Personally, I have quite a few bits, about 200,000, and this is very cool for me. Catacombs Levels. We are very happy with the power level and the amount of XP required to reach Catacombs 50. It would not make any sense for us to give players an incentive to keep leveling up above 50. But for those that do Catacombs after 50, we now have added cosmetic levels above 50. They're purely for bagging rights and don't function with any items or perks that scale with Catacombs levels. Let us know what you think about this addition to the game. So again, I talked about this in a previous video that I uploaded again earlier today. All these Catacombs levels are scaling up. All these Catacombs levels don't actually count for anything and are cosmetic, and I'm pretty sure it just is infinite. But yeah, that's basically it for this video, guys. I just want to cover all of the new changes and go through them with you guys. I hope this video helps you guys out to understand more about this update, and I'm super hyped about this, and personally, I will be streaming M7 the minute it is released, so you guys should check out for that tonight and leave a like and subscribe to see that later. Anyway, I'll see you guys later, and yeah, peace.